Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for taking the time to attend the webinar today, How to Get Started in Real Estate Investing. My name is Gina Sahota. I'm from Vancouver, British Columbia. I'm super excited to present to you today just because it's just something I'm just so passionate about. And also, I wanted to give a big shout out to the Modern Day Wife team for putting on amazing events each and every month and staying consistent. I absolutely love this network of individuals, and we can just grow and learn together. So I'm just super excited about that. Anyways, I want to get started just to respect everybody's time. The agenda today, I will be discussing real estate investing on a high overview, just because I know there's quite a few people from the United States, like different states and different provinces. So, policies and procedures may be different of where you live. So, definitely high overview, but you can pick my brain. I'll leave my contact information at the very end of the presentation. And feel free to contact me and I can get you in touch if I don't have the answer for that. So, thinking about, I love this little quote here. Over the last 2 centuries, about 90% of the world's millionaires have been created by investing in real estate. For the average investor, real estate offers the best way to develop significant wealth. Absolutely true. So, just to give you a little outline of who I am and who is presenting today, my name is Gina Sahota. I'm from Vancouver, British Columbia. I am a realtor and also have been investing in real estate since 2005. Started off with condos, townhouses, house building, and then into multifamily. So I'm pretty much here in Western Canada, is where my portfolio resides. But definitely, taking a look back, just on my career, spent 12 years in banking, which was an amazing experience. Amazing clients that actually were like, you know what, Gina, you need to invest in real estate. You need to hold that as well. And also buying the right real estate. That makes sense, right? Also, I spent about 6 years in working in development construction, very passionate about that. So working on low rises, high rises, out there with the gentleman, with my hard hat. So learned a lot there, right? And then you can implement all of that into your real estate. So definitely you can pick my brain if you have questions about pre-sales and stuff like that. So my goal here is to empower others and provide amazing, exceptional results for my clients. Just thinking back, just giving you guys a background. You may not know how obsessed I am with real estate. I remember when I was like about 8 or 12 years old, I would there used to be like this weekly real estate newspaper that would come out with the regular newspaper. So it'd pretty much be the listings and solds. It'd be like, like 30 pages of, inventory on the market in, the city around me. And, I'd be obsessed with like looking at the architecture and the design of the homes. And even we used to have like this TV show, or like it would be like a TV show, but literally they would show like new listings on the market, and it'd be like a half an hour program on Saturdays, and I'd be obsessed in watching that. And right, and normally if you're like 8 or 10 years old, you're pretty much obsessed with cartoons. So maybe it was the oddball. I don't know. Stop laughing, guys. But definitely truly passionate of real estate and investing. So just to let you guys know. So I hope today you get a few golden nuggets. And if you want to get a copy of the slideshow, let me know. Send me a quick email. Contact information will be at the end of this presentation, and I can send it over to you. So not an issue on that. All right. So before you purchase, so let's touch on these three things. So I always talk about mindset, goal setting, the down payment, identify your financial stage. So mindset and goal setting. It's really important setting your goals and developing a mindset that resonates with confidence and strategic importance, right? So it's really important that, goal setting, writing your goals each day. For myself, I write my goals day and night that way, and I don't type it out. I actually write it out, right? For whatever reason, things come true, whether it's, what you believe in, but just write your goals down. It's very effective. With the down payment, I'm going to talk about this in another slide. However, the down payment can range from about 5 to 25%, but I suggest you better talk to either your banker, your mortgage broker, because this could vary country to country or province and state. And definitely, if you are a first-time buyer or if you're a military employee, there are definitely benefits from the government. Also, when you're thinking about your financial stage, it's really important to set the expectations, especially in this busy sellers market that we're having right now. So, for example, if you're out of, say, high school or college and you say you earn X amount, like say 50,000 per year, your qualifications for the type of property it may be limited depending what your expectations are. If your expectations are to get this, penthouse or this like mansion, you have to set your expectations, what you can afford, what you can get in your market, right? Because things are moving super quick, right? So got to get in and just making sure that decipher the wants and needs. Or if you think, on the opposite side, you may be semi-retired and looking to downsize. Perhaps looking, maybe at homes with no stairs, could be a better option, right? So it's best to think about these before heading into the market, and it's just being strategic as things move quickly. This year and perhaps even into next year, we just don't know how the market's going to be, right? So be prepared. So the types of real estate, I put a couple examples out here. So we have residential. So residential, it could be condos, apartments, townhomes, and also single family homes. Those are examples. And commercial property or commercial real estate could possibly be retail, warehouses, multifamily. And multifamily, they consider it is any like 4 units or above. REITs, real estate investment trusts. I don't really like REITs. You know what I mean? So, because I don't feel like they are real estate. So REITs, they present investors with, alternative to purchasing real estate. And it's basically a real estate investment trust that, are available in a wide range of properties. So including commercial real estate, you have apartment buildings, but they're much like stocks, right? So these REITs, they can also be traded through your brokerage accounts as well. So I've listed here just different real estate investment ideas, and it really depends where you are. And some may be more popular or financially, there's more benefit to it. But I just listed a few here. So we got home flipping, you can do pre sales, Airbnbs, property rentals, wholesaling, building homes, and then, there's many more options, but I think these ones are the main ones. One thing to also mention for real estate investing, or for any of my real estate investors out there or future to be, risk management is super important. Just this important aspect of making, profitable real estate investments. And it's important if you are planning to own multifamily or multiple properties, is to make sure your investments are, are not never directly under your name. So there's professional real estate investors who purchase their properties, and they usually do it through a limited liability company or companies, and they call it LLCs. Okay, so this safeguards your real estate properties and assets against any threats, including lawsuits. You never know if you have a tenant and maybe there's no salt on the sidewalk, they slip and fall. I mean, they could sue you, right? So you want to protect yourself in any way possible. So I always suggest talk to your legal advisor, your notary, your lawyer. Just see what's the best option in your city. Okay. So, what do lenders look for when approving a mortgage? So, when it comes to a mortgage, there are a few key factors that the lenders look at. For instance, they investigate their client's income, down payment sources, assets, debts and credits, and the property itself, right? For your income, lenders are looking for stable source of income. You'll never be able to prove your income is sufficient, and make sure it's regular, because pretty much they want to make sure that you can afford that property and a bit more, right? And it's just not your mortgage payment; you have your insurance on top of that as well. So your lender is going to make sure that that you can actually afford the property. So down payment can be, like from your bank account, investments, RSPs, 401ks. For all of this, the bank will ask you, or your credit union, they'll ask you for a proof of, statements, prove that it's in your name and that you have that. So if we look at asset, these include, money sitting in your checking account, savings. You may have a tax-free saving account if you're in Canada. RSPs, any non-registered accounts, vehicles as well that could be listed as your asset. Um, Having a lot of assets proves to the lender that you are a responsible borrower, and they feel confident, right? And at the end of the day, they're pretty much looking if you go into default, where will they, collect the money. So debits and credits, a lender will look at the types of credit you have. So consider the outstanding balances and the payment status, and consider your credit score as well and credit history when evaluating any borrower. So anybody looking for funds. And the property appraisal confirms that the property is worth what it actually you paid for. It's also the lender knows like the condition of the property, and so these are the factors that the lender will consider when choosing to lend on a property or not. Research is the most crucial element that will help you expand your investment potential and access a wide range of pool of opportunities. There is a wide range of online tools for searching, and there's also real estate platforms that allow you to access all this historical information on listings, statistics, and other key information. It is important to collect all the recent and historical information related to the property that you're interested in, and you may have all the information. All the certificates of title, the architecture plans, ownership information, property and selling details. What else? Capital values and structures. If it's a heritage property, easements, all of that, right? And at this point, it's best to, if you're not working with a realtor, connect with them. They're experienced with this. They will take the burden off of you and do all of this research. So they are like a partner, right? So definitely leverage their knowledge, their tools that they have. When you are borrowing for investment opportunities in the market, in the housing market, it's important to make sufficient data on housing prices and property evaluations. So you can undertake a realistic, comparative analysis, what's happening in the market. And also be sure to conduct any area wide research on the properties. Like I said, pick the brain of your realtor. They will help you through this. And definitely, getting out there. I think right now with COVID, it is really hard to go out and network and tend to open houses. But that's a form of, research as well. And just seeing, what's on the market, and, maybe there's, a lot of homes that are, not renovated. It gives you an idea, price points and stuff like that. So it's just educating yourself. So the exciting stuff. So creating the offer, right? So yay, you found, a property that you love, and you know what, you want to write that offer on that property. So honestly, lean on your power team. So your accountant, your real estate agent or advisor, broker, insurance broker, home inspector, they will make your life so much easier, right? They'll help you navigate through and ensure that you don't make any costly mistakes as well, right? Save money, right? Keep the money in your pocket. Through this process, your realtor will put subjects into the contract and will also ensure that within a certain time frame, normally it's about 7 days, for subjects to be completed. They'll help you walk you through this process, right? So doing all that due diligence. You know, what some examples of subjects we put in: subject to financing, subject to inspections, legal opinion, and yes, within 7 days, right? I don't I've seen so many subject free offers in the market earlier this year, and it scares me, right? But it is what it is, what we have to do. But I do have to say the market has been a little bit more calmer. But I would suggest to my clients, stay within your budget. The worst thing is, to overbid on a property, and subject free, and perhaps the appraisal comes in really low, right? And the bank's going to be asking, well, you have to either make up that difference, right? Because you can't walk away from that property because you've already put a deposit on there. So it's just really being careful. But also, in subject free things that happen, and have heard horror stories, is that after you find out that there's major repairs to be completed, and then you have to pay for it out of your own pocket, right? So one tip I always suggest for my buyers is that if there's a property that you really really love and there's time to go in for a second time to view it, bring your inspector along with you, right? It'll maybe cost you a couple $100, but it'll just give you that peace of mind that either you can feel confident in your purchase and what you're doing, or you can back away. You have that option as well. Another tip that I have, if you are a buyer, find a preferred date. So, you have a home under contract, or, it's in the process. Maybe, in your offer, you connect with the listing agent, or your agent would, and find out with the sellers, what dates work for them, right? So some of the dates are really important. And you know what? I've seen offers, you know, sometimes higher offers, sometimes they don't get accepted, right? And sometimes the dates make a huge difference. So after your offer is accepted, and so after all your due diligence is completed, you will be removing subjects. A completion and a possession date would already be in the contract, and your realtor would have discussed that with you. So just so that you guys know, the completion date is when you sign with your notary or lawyer, and the possession date is when you receive the keys, when the funds transfer and everything else. Um, just keep in mind, because right now with the market, make sure you connect with your lawyer or notary, whoever you're using as your legal representation, because a lot of them, their offices, they're limited. With COVID, it's really they're busy, there's a lot happening, and it's best to keep them in the loop on dates, just making sure that they can actually fulfill your file and make sure everything is completed to the very end. And then also engaging your movers, and other parties. And I have checklists as well, so if you need checklists and you're in the process, I can shoot that over to you. You can always send me an email. I'll leave that contact information at the very end of the presentation. And I just put in here, just sometimes deals and offers, they don't go through, and that's okay, right? And sometimes it's best to walk away. And I always say go by your gut feeling, because this is the largest purchase, and you want to be happy in that home. Maybe you're going to be there for the next 5, 10, 15 plus years. And sometimes it's okay to walk away, and you know what, there will be another property for you down the line, so not to worry. So, at the end of the day, really, you know what, it's about taking action and networking and everything else. And a lot of you, you may not be ready right now and you're just on the sidelines because it is like things are moving very quick in the market. But you know what? Doesn't stop you from still continuing to network with people. Uh, you know, set your goals and everything else. If you're saving, save that for that down payment, you know what I mean? So, but just connect and attend these type of events, right? Keeps you in the loop. That's all I did for many years before I actually, started into real estate investing because I was really scared. And then I just, one day I just ripped the band-aid off and then I just jumped right in, right? So it's okay if you want to take some time, but always like when you're ready, go for it, right? So I just wanted to thank all of you guys. I hope you learned something new today, a little tidbit here or there. For anyone who's attending this event, I actually put a lot of content in an ebook because I think it's just because there's some people who are just beginner investors, and there's some people who are more experienced in the multifamily world. I put together an ebook, how to get started in real estate investing, and it's actually more in depth and it actually has examples, checklists if you're buying or selling. But I can definitely send that to you and it's free of charge. Here, I'll leave my contact information on the next slide here. So you can screenshot that or just jot it down, or you can connect with the team here, Modern Day Wives, and I can send that over to you. And yeah, so if there's any other questions, just feel free to shoot it over. But it was a pleasure speaking to all of you, and feel free to connect on social media. Say hi, and I think just it's best to like build your connections, and if you have any um, questions or anything, feel free to reach out. Anyways, have a wonderful rest of the day, guys, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.